Hi guys, Mr. Wilson here, and in this video we're going to have a look at what we mean by trial and improvement. So we have an equation and it looks like not normal equations, there's not letters on both sides. We can normally deal with quadratic equations, but anything that looks and resembles this, especially with this wording, is what we call trial and improvement. So we're told the solution is somewhere between 3 and 4. So when we put somewhere in between 3 and 4 for these values, we get somewhere close to 5.8. That's what our job. What is the number? So these values of x can be 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, all the way up to 3.9, for example. And we're only interested in it to one decimal place. So my advice is, so we're going to choose x as 3 and 4 because that's what we're told. And if we do this, we'll have a better idea where we're going to guess. Now it's really handy to put in a table, one because your examiner will expect you to, and it's very easy to follow. So if x is 3, we're going to put in 3 cubed plus 2x's. Sorry, 2 times 3, because x is 3. And when we do that, we'll get what we call a total. So type that straight into your calculator. So that's 33. And we're trying to make 58, so we say that's too low. So it's always good to write a comment. If you want to, you can write even a comment heading. Now if we do the same with 4, so it's 4 cubed plus 2 lots of 4, that is of course 72, which is too high. So now we have to think about where we're going to guess these numbers. So 58 is roughly in the middle, so I'm going to go in the middle, and then hopefully that will give me a better idea where I'm going to guess. So 3.5 cubed plus 2 lots of 3.5. Because of BIDMAS, we can just type this straight into our calculator, indices, times, and then add. So it would do exactly what we want it to do. And I get this. We're trying to make 58, so that's too low. So I'm going to go for 3.7, see what happens. So 3.7 cubed plus 2 lots of 3.7. I actually get 58.053 there, which is pretty much bang on. So it's really tempting to just say, well, the answer is 3.7 because that's very, very close. But for the purpose of this method, you would lose at least 1 mark. So that is pretty much it, but it is slightly above. So what I'm going to have to do is go to 1 decimal place just above and 1 decimal place just below what we're trying to make. So 3.6 cubed plus 2 times 3.6. And if you type that in, you get 53.856, which is too low. But this is what we're looking for here. 1 decimal place above, 1 decimal place below. The difference here is 1 decimal place. Now, these things aren't what we call a linear function, so it's not as simple as which one is closer. And to help us guess a little bit more, we always go in between. Once we've reached this stage, we always go in between. So 3.65 cubed plus 2 times 3.65. And that is 55.927, so that is too low. Which means when we use this value, this is too low. So it has to be more than 3.65. And therefore, it has to be ever so slightly less than 3.7. But because it's got to be more than 3.65, we know it's not this one. So we can say no to that one. And it has to be less than 3.7. But, so it's in this range somewhere. But because it's to 1 decimal place, this is the answer that we're looking for. Make sure you have it to 1 decimal place. Make sure you go in between. And then go to the nearest one.